Hello everybody, Patrick Nichols here, Patrick Nichols Muscle Car Barn Finds, and I'm out here in central Oklahoma, and I got wind of a really cool green on green 70 Chevelle SS454 that's parked alongside this guy's house, and I thought I would document the car for you. And as you can see, and I always like to start out, you know, at my surroundings where you guys can see exactly the way the car has been sitting for quite a while. This car has been sitting here since about the mid 80s according to the owner, and he bought the car in 1971. It's an Arlington, Texas car. It just has a lot of the oddball characteristics of a Arlington, Texas built car. But I'll do a total walk around video of this car for you. This is really an epic car, a 1970 Chevelle SS454 LS5, parked since about 1985, right where you're seeing it, beside this house. The owner to the car explained to me the car took a little bit of a lick on the front end on the passenger side, and he opted to change the bumper and a few other things under the hood. But aside from that, it's mostly original. And I will lift the hood now and we will address some things in the engine bay. Again, parked right here since about 1985. And wow, check out all the dust and debris from all the years of being in this spot. It's an air-conditioned car, which will have the heavy-duty cooling radiator and radiator support, which is the same as on the 410 on that LS6 car. So this is a sought-after part, and you can see on this part, if you see how this is swole, it flares out. That is how you tell an original from a reproduction. That would be perfectly straight right there if it was a reproduction. And you can see, if you look down low, it has the tab right in here, which is for the bigger radiator, which is correct on the air-conditioned car. And it's got the PA code radiator still in the car, and I will try to focus on that. There, bam, PA. Very hard to find. And it's dated D, which would be April of 1970. This car was built in May of 1970, which that adds up. Now, one characteristic on this car is it has metal inner fenders. So I am guessing and assuming that when this car took its blow to the front end on the passenger side, which wasn't bad according to the owner, that they changed the inner fenders in the process. And this top tie bar, if you'll see, it's the later version, like for the 71 and 2s as well. And it has the later style with the big bump right there in the inner fender for the later version, 71 and up inner fender. This is a late built car, May of 70, so I still, in my opinion, think that has been changed, but because most of the Arlington cars that I have seen had plastic inner fenders, and you can see all of the debris and the dust and the dirt. No way to mimic or stage something like this. Some people think these barn finds are staged. I got news for you, they are not. This car has been here since the mid 1980s, and it definitely shows all of the dust and debris from sitting so long. Now we'll do a rundown of the cow tag like we do, and if we can read it real quickly, 70 and 2-door hardtop 13637, and what we can make of the body number, I believe, is BT, which is the code for the Arlington assembly plant, and I believe that is a 28530, I believe, 796, which is green vinyl bucket seat interior, and then of course 48 code forest green lower and forest green upper, and then the first week of May, and then 103 would be a data number for the Arlington plant. I'll go around the rest of the car as well. Again, I think there's some things have been changed on the car, or it does have some late qualities. So in my opinion, I think the tie bar may have been changed and both inner fenders. I know the owner told me for sure that the front bumper has been changed and the front fender on this side has been repainted. But aside from that, the engine, the trans, and the rear axle is still original to this car. As you can see, it came with remote control mirror. And we see the SS454. And I'm doing my best to try to bring you guys, just like I've said before, I want you to feel like you're finding this car just as I am. That's my approach. Don't change anything. I did roll the glass down on this side. This door will not open. We've tried it. And I explained to the owner the possibility of the build sheet on an Arlington car being under the carpet in the footwells. And we did look, but the footwells of this car is very wet. And if it was there, it is deteriorated and beyond recognition. And we looked under the seat just to be looking, but right here under the footwell on the Arlington cars that I've had, that's where it would be, and it is not there. But this is a bucket seat, which would be on the build sheet, and D55 console, idiot light dash, just an AM radio, and you can see the Malibus, which is correct, in the door panels. Car hasn't been altered very much in its life. It's got some Krager SS's on it, which are day 2. And I'll do my best to show you the condition of the body. It's not extremely bad, but it's definitely a car that's worth fixing. Another SS454 car parked here a long time, and I will open the deck lid now and show you inside the trunk. And you can see some wheels and tires and other stuff has been stored in the car. I don't see any evidence that it had a Positraction decal under here, so at this point I'm going to guess that it did not have Positraction, but I have not been under the car to check the rear axle stamp. As you can see, I just walked up on this car moments ago, and getting under this car will be pretty difficult. But I explained to the owner what he needs to do. He needs to look under the carpet the best he can, although it's got about a ½ inch of water. The car is getting wet. It needs to be saved ASAP. And I have stressed that to the owner for the last hour or so before this video. But you can see this car is definitely repairable. I mean, there are a lot worse than this. Green on green is a pretty cool car. It's a mean green machine, is like the LS6 that I did in Wisconsin. This will be an LS5 version with air. And again, I'll do some more under the hood. And oh, another thing, you can see it has the later version with the bigger cutouts for the standard Super Sport hood, which is another late assembly. Version of the hood. And let's see what the wiper motor we have. Let's see, 756 would be correct. The 113, that's the 113th day of 70. And then first shift, first assembly line, 113th day, so that would be about somewhere in April, which falls in line with a first week of May assembly build for this car. The T3 headlights are long gone, as we see. But all in all, this is a car that needs to be saved. Green SS454. From what I can see, I could pretty much write the build sheet on the car, but explained to him he needs to get in here and do something with this water and dry this car out, and that's what he plans on doing in the next few days. I have lit a fire under this person's backside, and that's what I do. I like to energize people. I like to explain to them what they have and how many people would love to have it. And this person loves his cars like everybody with barn finds. They do. What happens is life gets a hold of these people. They still love their car. They can't afford to fix the car or repair it and restore it, but they don't want to part with it. So what happens is we have barn finds. So if it wasn't for people wanting their cars and not wanting to get rid of their cars, we probably wouldn't have barn finds. So I try to energize these people, and this guy is really seems to be really taking heed to my word, and is going to move this car in the next few days into a building. And the passenger side door does open, so we will look in the passenger side. And you can see sometime during the car's life it was changed for a hearse shifter, which a very large quantity of cars went for the hearse. And you can see what's left of the green carpet. And the floorboards are not that bad. And you can see, I'll do my best to show you, but they are wet. But believe it or not, under the water, the floor pans are really, really solid. But they won't last long with that kind of water on them. And that's what I've stressed to the owner. Again, for the last hour or so, we sit here and talked about the car, and he really got energized and brought back a lot of memories. So that's maybe what will get this car back on the road, or maybe into some really sufficient or decent storage is what the car needs at this point. Done my best to go around the car to give you an idea of what is here. I'm in Central Oklahoma. It's a green on green 1970 Chevelle SS454. It's been parked here since about 1985 in this very location. The owner that owns the car now has owned the car since 1971. Really nice car. Again, I'm Patrick Glenn Nichols of Patrick Glenn Nichols Muscle Car Barn Finds. If you need assistance authenticating your 1970 Chevelle, you may contact me on Facebook or YouTube at Patrick Glenn Nichols Muscle Car Barn Finds, or email me at pnichols26@yahoo. Please like, share, comment, and subscribe. I hope you enjoyed this video of this another great 1970 Chevelle SS454. More videos on the way. Thanks.